Hi, my name is Richard Murfitt. Welcome back to the first video where we talk about debunking our first myth, which is less is more is the winning strategy. Now, less is more. You're probably going, yeah, I buy that. And what's the big deal, Rich? Well, this falls into, if you watch my introduction video, I said there were two types of reactions you'll have. Either it's controversial and you're like, "Mwah," or you think, that's common sense, Rich, what are you on about? But this one is not common practice. So let me explain. So less is more, and we think this is the winning strategy. But the irony or the paradox in all of this is that this is what we keep saying to ourselves. Let's do less to do more. Let's just focus on the things that really matter. But what's really going on? Well, as I say, it's the actual opposite unintended behavior that we create for ourselves is what's going on. Yeah? So what we tend to do is we start off with a series of initiatives. Now, they in your business might be, campaigns or projects or programs or a product development stream, whatever. Let's just call them an initiative. And we start off with a few. We start off and we go, we'll put these into action. And then we find, we get some good results and not so good results. We're kind of like, could do better. So what do then? We actually take on some more initiatives and hope that actually we'll get some better performance. And then you know what? We find that actually we get even more mediocrity than we hoped for. And then we take on some more initiatives. And before we know it, we're doing like, I'm making a number up here, but we've got 60 or 70 initiatives going on. And we're finding that, oh my God, we're getting so much mediocrity going on here. We just have to keep running faster in the wheel like that little hamster. And what we don't seem to realize is that this is the trap. And that's why we keep saying less is more and let's focus on the things that really matter. Yes, that's common sense, but it's not common practice because it's a trap. And the trap is, we just actually take on more and more. And it's because we get more and more, we can't take it all on and do them all executionally really well. And I think you get that, yeah? So we get more stressed, we get less productive, and we're spinning more and more and more plates for less return or less results. So there's a diminishing returns, right? So we get that bit. So what's then the answer? What's the way out of the trap? I call it surrender to surprise. So where we start is stage one is write down everything that's going on in your business right now. All those initiatives from the big ones to the little ones. All those old legacy campaigns that you're rerunning over and over again, just because you did it last year, you're going to do it again, or it seems like everyone's doing an Easter campaign, so let's do the one we did last year. Whatever it might be, I'm making a few things up just to hopefully stimulate in your mind, what are we doing? And write them down. And you're going to be shocked at the amount of stuff that's going on. And here's the thing, and this is the controversial bit. I invite you to that what you're doing in most of the cases is fine-tuning indifference to the customer. Yes, I said that. Fine-tuning indifference to the customer. Because with all these plates spinning, all these initiatives that are going on, imagine this, not only just for you, the stress and the amount of work that's required to go into all of that, to keep all that just going, but what is the consumer really seeing? Now, customers, we all know this. We know this, in our heart of hearts, that there's millions and billions of messages and things that they're seeing from a whole host of brands out there every day. And what they are seeing is just mediocrity. And actually, they're just switching off. And they only switch on to those things that really grab their attention. Now, I know that sounds like common sense, but yet we fail to really understand and actually put it into practice and actually say, what are the things that are really going to be the needle mover that's going to jolt the customer out of their autopilot and go, oh, wow, what's this? This is something new. This is something bold. I like this brand for what they stand for, what they're doing. I like this campaign. They might not say it in those terms, but you got to jolt the customer out of an autopilot because they just see so much stuff out there, of which most of it they're indifferent to, and they're not even really listening to. They're switched off. So the surrender part is to just go through all that list and just start putting lines through it, and then coming down to what are the things that you're doing that really are making a difference. Or if you find that you're not actually doing anything that's making a huge difference, and I really invite you to be bold and courageous with yourself and really truthful, and start to sketch out what are the things that are going to be wow, and I mean really wow. The really bold stuff that's going to jolt the autopilot of the customer and get you noticed. Because they're in, and get down to 3 or just 5 things, not those 60 or 80 things. Yeah? Because those things are going to be the key to your surprises. And they're the things that are going to be less stressful. You're going to over-deliver in those areas because you have the time and resource, the energy, the will, and the excitement of doing these things because these are going to be the change makers, the things that are going to make the difference, yeah? So surrender to surprise is actually stage 1, stage 2, is a really useful tool or concept to kind of internalize, and just to do that every so often to understand what am I focusing on, what are the 3 things, the killer ideas that are going to really, really, really wow the customer. And in my special report that you can download, I give some case studies of where we did that at Just Eat. We just looked at everything and there's just so much stuff we're doing. What 3 things can we do? We did 3 things, and we had extraordinary results just in 12 months alone. So read the report and you can see all what we did and what happened and what the results were. So I hope you found that useful, and I hope to see you on the second video where I debunk another myth